Video games have been around so long that it's no surprise a few franchises deserve a reboot. While some reboots have brought a refreshing take on an otherwise outdated game, some have only removed everything that has made the game what it is. Do you agree with this list? Number 1. TimeSplitters. This FPS was developed by Free Radical Design back in the year 2000. Released alongside the PlayStation 2, the game was well liked for its time-traveling element similar to that of GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. The game's humor and diverse characters have led its wide fan base to call for a reboot. Number 2. Clay Fighter. This fighting series was well liked for its unique claymation character sprites, which offered a humorous take on the classical fighting games. The game came out in 1993 for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, with its sequels appearing on the Nintendo 64 and the first PlayStation. Number 3. Spyro. This popular platformer, which features a familiar purple dragon, was a first-generation PlayStation exclusive. While the game did receive a reboot in 2018, many fans have said that it's time for our fire-breathing friend to come around again. Number 4. EarthBound. This 1994 RPG was originally published for the SNES as the second game in the Mother series. Following a boy named Ness, he and his party must work to defeat a cosmic destroyer in the game of Gygus. The game is widely considered to be a cult classic, and fans ask that this long-dormant series come back around. Number 5. Legacy of Kain. This dark fantasy-themed game was developed by the company Crystal Dynamics and was the second of 5 within the franchise. The game follows the titular Kain, who must travel through the land of Nosgoth through a series of puzzles and encouraged exploration. The first 2 games in the series were remastered as of 2024, but fans are hoping for a full reboot in the near future. Number 6. Super Mario 64. This lovable 3D platformer made its way into our hands and our hearts all the way back in 1996. It's largely considered to be one of the greatest video games of all time, paving the way for 3D platformers in the late 90s and early 2000s. We can only imagine the hype around a reboot of this classic. Number 7. Eternal Champions. This 1993 fighting game was one of the first to appear on a home console instead of an arcade game. Coming to the Sega Genesis in 1993, this game had just as much story and character development as it did finisher moves. Sadly, the series was cancelled by Sega before it found its footing, and fans are hoping its lasting impression will push the company back towards a revival. Number 8. Mega Man. Developed by Capcom for the NES, this 1987 platformer followed the titular character in his attempt to save the world from a mad scientist Dr. Wily. While the franchise is still around today, fans are tired of the lack of innovation within the series, hoping that a fresh experience could liven the franchise for young and old audiences alike. Number 9. F-Zero. Yes, technically an F-Zero remake came out for Switch in 2023, but that's not the same as a reboot. Well loved for its futuristic setting, this 1990s staple followed nearly every Nintendo platform release. The game was loved for its skill-based gameplay, something that folks feel could be further explored with a new storyline or universe. Number 10. Dino Crisis. This 1999 survival horror game was originally released for the PlayStation and was actually developed by the same team that created the Resident Evil series, making it an even scarier Jurassic Park in a way. The success of Resident Evil revivals has led fans to believe this game could do just as well. Now moving on to the less successful reboots. Number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog. This platformer was first released on the Sega Genesis in 1991, marking the beginning of a truly iconic franchise. The game was rebooted in 2006 as a way to restart the franchise for newer platforms. Unfortunately, the game was a commercial failure due to bugs and technical issues. Number 2. Golden Axe. This side-scrolling Sega-developed game came out in 1989. It had a unique medieval fantasy setting in which players controlled one of 3 characters as they worked to destroy the game's antagonist, Death Adder. The series reboot, Beast Rider, was poorly executed in terms of voice acting, innovation, and storytelling aspects. Number 3. Turok. This FPS is inspired by a comic book character of the same name. First appearing on the Nintendo 64 in 1997, the game was well liked for its 3D graphics, weapon options, and general atmosphere. Sadly, the 2008 reboot strayed from its creative roots, causing general upset among fans. Number 4. Shadowrun. This sci-fi RPG is an incredible blend of futurism, fantasy, crime, horror, and film noir elements. First appearing in 1989, the game throws you into the aftermath of an intense magical event that nearly destroyed the human race. The 2013 reboot received mixed feedback, typically around the game's linearity and simplified mechanics. Number 5. Bomberman Act Zero. This adorable franchise found its way into our homes in 1983, where we solved our way through brightly colored levels with strategy, finesse, and a whole lot of bombs. The game was rebooted in 2006, but came without the lovable charm of the original game. Number 6. NFL Blitz. These football-themed games appeared as arcade games back in 1997, before making their way onto nearly every home-based video game system. The reboots, which appeared once in 2012 and again in 2022, lacked everything that made the original game good, aka excessive violence. Number 7. Zoo Tycoon. This business simulation game was created by Blue Fang Games back in 2001 among the popular roller coaster tycoon games that appeared around the same time. The 2013 was generally disliked among fans due to its harsh restrictions on creative freedom and greatly simplified gameplay. Number 8. Bionic Commando. This 1987 Capcom platformer was designed as a spiritual successor to the wire action platformer Rock and Rope, which came out 4 years prior. Equipped with a bionic arm, players must find their way through each level without jumping. The 2009 reboot only made the game worse, with frustrating mechanics and a haphazard storyline. Number 9. Space Raiders. Space Raiders is a 2002 remake of the classic arcade game Space Invaders. This third-person shooter appeared on GameCube and PlayStation 2 and featured updated cinematics about the alien invasion we'd been fighting for over 20 years. While it featured highly updated graphics, the game was considered a major departure from the classic game. Number 10. Alone in the Dark. This survival horror game series is very highly inspired by author H.P. Lovecraft, featuring a huge cast of ghosts and monsters you must avoid or fight as you make your way through this game. The 2024 reboot has mixed reviews, with many finding that the game's mechanics felt clunky and inefficient. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.